No, sir. You talking about some upset fans.
You know, and it's funny because this ties into the last portion that we were talking about. All this stuff about bounties, all this stuff about players getting arrested for all kinds of drug usage, whatnot. What would happen if Roger Goodell were not the disciplinarian that he is in this NFL with all the hijinks going on? That's my question.
What would happen? You'd probably have a more exciting NFL. Robert Goodell is
probably more dangerous too. You probably have.
We would have the XFL reincarnated.
Reincarnated? God, people like Pac-Man wouldn't even have a slap on the wrist at this point.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of good things that Roger Goodell has done. He's taking care of the whole dirtying up. You know, like you don't have like in the '80s where you had every freaking football player doing coke. You know, just about you had a lot of.
No, it's down to about 60%. Yeah.
and the problem is that it's kind of been set up by the Players Association that way because now they have more time in between OTAs and mini camps, and you see what happens when they have time on their hands.
Yeah, they're getting wasted.
Give a guy a lot of money, give a guy a lot of time. Look at the Lindsay Lohans of the world. What do they do? Between movies or between albums, whatever you want to call it.
Football players.
Well, I mean, they're going to blow up. They're going to do what they do. They're going to go have a good time.
Yeah. Right?
What happened to the Mavericks last year when they won the finals? Dirk Nowitzki up there, bottle in his hand, upside down, it's empty. Wow.
He's German, man. You already know. You already know they get to it.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last NFL subject, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Derek Mason just retired.
He did retire. Great career.
943 catches, 66 touchdowns. Excellent player. He called out the Jets and the Jets locker room, and he was right in the end. A lot of people gave him heat off of that, but he always was a consummate professional, and he retires as a Raven.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's definitely what's up. And before we move on from football, one last thing. Not much going on with my Falcons. You know, we covered the Jets. I said a little bit about the Lions. Lamar Holmes. He has this injury. He won't be playing till training camp. He has a toe injury.
Oh.
Big fella. I don't like stuff like that because I played defensive and offensive line. I can't tell you how many injuries I played with regularly.
But I mean, let's be real. What is it? Turf toe? Is it
No, it wasn't turf toe. I think they were saying something like a bruised big toe, something real sensitive.
Was it a big toe or a little toe?
It was the big toe. It was the big toe. But they, we've been trying to work this line out, and of course, we got the typical first unit. Sam Baker's back, and
the depression.
And they were saying Peter Kahns has been playing with the second and the third unit. He's been playing on both, and he's playing center, another one he's playing guard. So that's to me that's our best line pickup of Peter Kahns. I don't know what to expect out of Lamar Holmes. They're really trying to gas him, and I hope they don't let me down with gassing him. And he's a big softie. So shout out to my Falcons. I pray that Dirk Coder is doing good things with this offense, and Mike Nolan with his defense. I don't know what to expect, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Give the ball to Julio.
Yeah, and that's what they're planning on doing. Michael Turner even said he's not gonna get as many carries, which is cool because he's getting old. But I just pray, because we got enough weapons, spread it around. Please spread it around. Don't get Julio hurt.
Tony Gonzalez gone? Where's the new tight end?
No, he's still around.
Oh, he's still there?
He's there.
He signed another extension for a year or two. So.
But the only question is, will Matt Ryan be upright to spread the ball around?
Sam, you better, I swear to God. I'm calling you out, Sam Baker. Don't do it this season. I swear to God. If you make us have to go back to who we went to last season, I'm going to be ticked.
I just
Will
think they're asking
Svitek.
so much from him. They're asking too much from
Sam
him.
Baker.
Hey, man, he was a third round projected, and they picked him in the first round. What, number 21? 20 in the 20s?
I told you, his dad owns the Georgia Forest.
Shout out to the Georgia Forest.
His dad was probably like, hey, you need some players, right? You know my son's coming out.
Yeah.
Hometown boy, I would love to have him here with me.
I'd hate to think of it in that way, that it's so skewed. All right.
That was the first thing I thought when they told me that. Because actually on draft day they brought up, they said, his father owns the Georgia Forest and he's very tied in with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm like, oh, okay. That's the first thing I thought. From day one, I'm like, okay. Because there's no way he should have went that high. But it's cool. We're going to move on because I can rant all day and we got a lot of sports to cover.
You'll confuse Wolf.
What are you talking about, Mr. Lou? NBA.
Talk
to us about NBA. Lou.
Well, we have a final. We have two teams in the finals. Miami Heat representing the East, and we have the Oklahoma City Thunder representing the West.
I love it. I called that the whole time. I love it.
The two best players, considered the best players in the NBA, are LeBron James and Kevin Durant, playing in the finals. We've been anticipating this for a while.
I love it.
It's going to be a very good matchup.
I think it's going 7.
I don't think it's going 7.
What you think it's going?
I think the first 2 games are going to dictate what happens in the series. If OKC comes out and they get a 2-0 lead, I think Miami Heat's going to fall.
We're in trouble.
They're going to fall in 5 and 6.
It's a very, very slim margin. It's a very, very slim margin between the two teams. Because typically, I mean, overall, and I'm pulling for the Heat. I love LeBron. I hate the way things happen and all the scrutiny he gets. So these last 2 games against Boston, I have loved LeBron James. Because he's finally getting that killer instinct. He's finally, you can see him focusing.
That 45, 15, and 5 performance, that was tremendous.
But tell me you didn't see the focus on his face.
He showed the grit that we've been waiting for years.
And what did I talk about all year? Get LeBron in the post. His post game isn't that great, but he's been using it.
Now, see, I have a problem with what people perceive as. People perceive this series as a perimeter-oriented series. I totally disagree. I think it's going to be played in the paint.
Yep.
Think about the Heat. The Heat are a team who drives.
Yep.
Dwayne Wade, LeBron
They go
James,
to the
they
cup.
drive.
Yeah.
If they're not driving, they dishing it out to Bandier, to Chalmers, to Bosh for that mid-range three-pointer.
Yeah.
All right? You have a team like OKC where their best, I feel like OKC's a team that's more complete than the Heat.
Yeah. They have a way better bench.
Oh, yeah.
Way better bench.
Oh, yeah.
That's, to me, that's the biggest upside.
But my biggest thing is going to be what's Russell Westbrook going to do. Russell Westbrook, I think, is going to be the X factor.
Yep.
If he can outplay Dwayne Wade, which I highly doubt.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm a D-Wade fan.
D-Wade has been, I don't know what's been going on with him.
Well, I've heard he's had injuries.
I know, they said his knees is bad. But, I mean, it's not even the injuries. He just hasn't looked comfortable on the court.
Well, I mean, at the end of games, he always comes through.
Yeah, second half.
Always comes through.
Second half.
He's drained. He's got Gabrielle Union sleeping in.
Oh my God! No, I get it now. You're right. You're right. She's milking that thing, and he's coming to the game walking like Bill Cosby. Just. But I love Bosh back. That's a big factor. You don't like Bosh? I seen the face.
I mean, Bosh is going to be a big deal, but my whole thing is the Thunder. The Heat have not played a team like the Thunder where they have 2 low post defenders who are dominant.
Ibaka and Perkins.
And even if you take out one of them, you got Collison. Collison's not bad.
No, he's not.
He's not bad. Now, that's one thing the Heat don't have. They don't have an interior.
They got all the old guys.
They have
Juwan Howard. Dexter Pittman.
Tarkarian,
Eddie Curry.
Okay.
That's my
God.
whole series.
Oh my God.
But Pat Riley always used to tell those Lakers, rebound, rebound, rebound. If you rebound, you're going to win. And that front line of the Thunder has to out-rebound that Heat front line. Because, and Ibaka is going to take away all those runs to the to the rim that Wade
he's not stopping LeBron.
And LeBron.
He's not stopping LeBron.
You're not going to stop him. No,
D-Wade,
you're going to contain him.
But you can, you can hold it down.
But I think they're going to have LeBron playing more in the post anyways because that's their best defender.
Well, good luck, because that boy can block 10 blocks a game.
No, he can't.
Well, I look at
he's averaging, I believe they said 3.3 blocks in the postseason.
He'll get 10 if you let him.
My whole thing is I look at the teams that the Thunder have played thus far. They have not played a team where there was a slasher. There was a dominant slasher going to. Look at the team. The Lakers, the Spurs. Who they played before the Lakers?
Memphis, was it?
Oh, the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
They played Rudy Gay.
Yeah.
Rudy Gay is really the only, and they had a tough time dealing with Rudy Gay. All right, let's be real. Let's be honest.
I think it's a great matchup, period. All the way across the board, because you said the X factor of Westbrook. Yeah. I think it's going to be James Harden. he's going to be ugly. Because you got Durant.
I think that Shane Battier is savvy enough to maybe not stop him, but to not let, because I've seen Harden do a lot of, let me just run to the basket. I'm just going to go to the basket.
But he can shoot, too. He can shoot a little bit.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be that easy for Harden.
No, it's not going to be easy, but I'm just saying you got LeBron and Durant. You got Westbrook and D-Wade. Then you got Harden and
Who?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got Bosh and you got Udonis Haslem down there with Perkins and Ibaka. So it's like the matchups all line up, and then you get to Harden. It's like,
who's gonna check Durant?
LeBron.
If LeBron does not hold Durant.
LeBron is the best defender in the playoffs.
If LeBron does not hold Durant, that would be a detriment to LeBron James' skills.
LeBron James is a awesome defender.
He better hold him.
When you can guard 4 positions in one game, they had LeBron playing everybody.
But do you think that he will stop him? I don't think. There's no way to stop. Let's be real. There's no way to stop.
Either way, LeBron or Durant, I don't think you really stopped them. You just try to alter their shots. Really. Because Durant is the scorer.
6'8" against 6'11"? How you going to alter that shot?
But see, my whole thing is Kevin Durant has yet to have a post game. And when you're dealing with a player like LeBron James can take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. LeBron James has people don't want to admit it, but he has a post game. Mm-hmm. If you get him inside the 3-point range, he is lethal. Mm-hmm. Lethal in any direction. Now,
I agree. It's just the only problem is whoever's checking LeBron is just going to have to hold him as best he can. But once he gets by him, which he will, Ibaka's going to be back there waiting on him.
Yeah.
But you see, when that happens, who's going to be holding Bosh?
Yep. Bosh hit 3 threes last game.
Bosh
hit 3 threes.
You think Kendrick Perkins
No.
I don't think Kendrick Perkins is agile enough to keep up with Bosh. Bosh is, if Kendrick Perkins comes to stop him, he's just gonna go around him. Let's be real.
You gotta remember how much of a scorer Bosh is.
He's gonna have to be on point with his outside shot.
Well, I mean, last year
he could shoot though.
Last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, Bosh was putting up 25 points a game.
Yeah.
Because everybody swarmed. See, Bosh is gonna be the key for the Heat.
Bosh is a better scorer than he is a defender.
Absolutely.
If they want
but my point is, he better be on point.
No.
Because if he's not under the basket, there's nobody that's going to rebound.
Exactly.
So they're going to get one shot at a time.
Yeah.
He's been injured, so we don't know what he's going to do.
I think this last game he looked good to me. Bosh looked good. They keep shooting him up and he keep resting that ab. He'd be all right.
I mean, but he hasn't faced. I don't think he's gotten into
that competition.
Yeah. It's going to take him a while to get into the series.
Yeah, they're going to bang him around.
They're going to bang him around.
And Perkins going to bang him around.
Perkins, he's a dirty motherfucker.
Perkins is an old school center. That's what you love about him.
Yeah.
He's an old school center. He's going to bang you. He's going to get rebounds. He's not going to put up a whole bunch of points, but defensively, he is a monster.
But see, he's a monster in post defense.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh is not a post player.
He's a shooter, baby.
He's a shooter.
He's a shooter, baby.
Now that's going to leave Kendrick Perkins in no man's land. Mm-hmm. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Kendrick Perkins is going to have a place when they put in that small lineup with Bosh at center, with LeBron James at power forward, or Battier at small forward. Mm-hmm. Who is he going to check?
Yeah.
He can't keep up with any of those guys.
Yeah.
I felt that Scott Brooks needed to take Perkins out more and bring in Thabo Sefolosha.
Yeah. Now that's another cat we haven't talked about too. That's their best defender.
I think he's going to lock up Mr. Wade.
That's their best defender.
I think they're going to put him on Wade, and he's going to make the difference for them on defense. Where you don't have to double Wade, you can double LeBron because he's going to handle Wade.
Yep. And that's what they have to do is double LeBron because right now, LeBron James.
I mean, if LeBron James really wanted to, he could put up 40 in the game.
Every game.
And I don't think that anyone could stop him in the NBA.
Because he has such a complete game.
No, absolutely. I agree totally.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Now, another player who I think is going to be big in this series is Derek Fisher. We've seen him in the Spurs series. We've seen him in the Lakers series.
He
puts up big shots.
He does.
He puts up very big shots you don't think are going to go in, and they drop.
But you know why, though? Because they forget about Derek Fisher. They like how he's the old man.
Yeah.
But that shot hasn't changed. But you put a body on Fisher, he's done.
Oh, yes.
But the thing is, you get on Durant, you get worried about Westbrook.
You got to worry about Harden.
And you Harden. And then Derek Fisher sitting over there like,
I'm open.
Hey.
See, I'm contended that the Lakers were fools to get rid of Derek Fisher. because Derek Fisher makes a lot of shots.